Hello, and welcome to the ACCA Quality Assured RSI Contractor Program. This session introduces the program's requirements for participation. This presentation will address four main points. First, the requirements to participate. Second, the steps to apply for ACCA's accreditation. Third, how to gain access to the My Energy Star or MESA account. And fourth, the process by which complaints will be resolved. As a reminder, the RSI contractor is the accredited business. Technicians may come and go, so they are not accredited. The prerequisites for participation are as follows. Complete the online application, which we will talk about in the next slide. Also complete the orientation that you are reviewing at this time. Finally, as with the New Homes program, RSI contractors are expected to comply with the QA contractor elements. Elements include having employees who are properly certified and perform the service and installation work, and having your company respond to requests for information regarding program participation in registered QI jobs. We'll discuss a little more in the next few slides. The steps to apply are simple. The RSI contractor processes payment for the applicable fees, then completes the online application form, which will ask for some additional information. The requested Certificate of Liability Insurance is a standard form used 99% of the time by insurance companies to demonstrate different types of insurance coverage and the effective dates. ACCA needs to be listed as a certificate holder, which is noted in the lower left-hand corner. If you work with any builders, I'm sure you're already very familiar with this straightforward process. It usually just takes a phone call with your insurance agent to make it happen. A sample of the form can be found on the resources page of the website or acca.org/QA/resources. You can upload the certificate in the online application, or it can be sent to us by email or fax. In the near future, ACCA may pay your company a visit. This is not a surprise visit. It will be coordinated well in advance to look at objective requirements for policies and procedures as required in the QA contractor elements. We know your time is valuable, so the time spent during the visit will be limited. After receiving your RSI accreditation, if you want to be eligible to request Energy Star verified HVAC installation certificates, you will need to set up your My Energy Star account, also known as MESA. Keep in mind, this is completely optional. You can certainly become an RSI accredited contractor and issue RSI certificates, and not choose to offer your customers an ESVI certificate. But as a free service to our accredited contractors, ACCA has become an Energy Star partner, so interested RSI contractors can issue these ESVI certificates, as well as use the Ask About ESVI logo and gain access to other free Energy Star resources. To set up your My Energy Star account, or MESA, visit energystar.gov/ESVI. Near the bottom of the screen, select the link for HVAC Contractor. Then, in the lower right-hand corner, there's a box that says Join Now. Select the link Learn How to Join. Click that to begin the application process. You will need to review the commitments, terms, and disclaimers associated with using the Energy Star Verified HVAC installation logo. When you are familiar with the requirements, select Continue and follow the instructions to begin setting up your account. Begin by entering your company's name. The system will search for your company's name to see if your firm has already participated in an Energy Star program. If you see your company's name, select it. If not, select My Organization is not on the list above and complete the steps to set up your account. When you're finished, ACCA will be asked to confirm your accreditation as an RSI contractor. If you are not yet an accredited contractor, confirmation will be sent as soon as the accreditation process is complete and the company is recognized. Once approved, you will receive 2 emails from Energy Star. The first is a welcome email summarizing the free resources available on your MESA account. The second email will have your login credentials so you and your staff can access your password-protected MESA account. In addition to being eligible to receive an Energy Star verified HVAC installation certificate, there are other benefits. These are detailed on the ESVI website. The last item to be addressed is the complaint resolution process. The QA program requirements document refers to compliance requests. These are also known as complaints, and they begin as inquiries. Inquiries regarding an HVAC system will only be accepted if the HVAC system installation was recognized with an RSI or ESVI certificate, indicating that the installation was specified to meet the ACCA 5 QI standard. All inquiries are initially reviewed for adequate substantiation and compliance with applicable procedures. This review focuses on 3 elements to determine whether there is reasonable cause to believe that the compliance request is justified: whether it relates to the RSI contractor requirements, whether the passage of time since the alleged violation requires it to be rejected, whether it adequately describes and substantiates the alleged violation such that review and a potential request for corrective action could proceed. The QA administrator will evaluate the documentation and supporting evidence to determine if the complaint is valid. During that process, if additional information is needed to clarify or substantiate the complaint, it must be received within 30 days. If the complainant fails to respond within the allotted 30 days, the request will be dismissed. Complaints may be resubmitted. They will be reviewed by the QA administrator in the same manner as a new inquiry. The QA administrator will endeavor to review the inquiry quickly, within 30 days of receipt, so that it can be resolved quickly. However, this period of initial review may be extended for the purpose of reviewing and comparing multiple similar requests regarding an RSI contractor, or for other administrative reasons. If an inquiry is deemed to be properly substantiated, the QA administrator will forward a copy of the complaint to the RSI contractor and request either a resolution or a response within 30 days. If the RSI contractor decides to submit a response, it must address each element of the complaint. The QA administrator may request additional information if there is insufficient evidence in the RSI contractor's response. Additionally, if the RSI contractor fails to respond, such failure will be construed as an admission of all the facts set forth in the complaint. So, please be responsive to requests for information. Regarding an HVAC system installation, because complaints will typically involve installations that were awarded a certificate, the focus will be on the system's compliance to the tolerances set forth within the ACCA 5 standard. If the HVAC system is demonstrated to be brought into compliance with the QI standard, the complaint is considered to be resolved. Or, the complaint may be dismissed based on evidence that the system no longer complies with the QI standard due to circumstances that do not concern the RSI contractor. But, if the contractor refuses to bring the system in compliance with the QI standard, or fails to respond, then the complaint is justified, and a finding of noncompliance to program requirements will be issued. Please keep in mind that this process is not intended to be a burden to your company. In fact, in many cases, it could be considered an added resource for your company. By the time a customer submits a complaint to ACCA, your company has probably already had some difficult conversations with that customer. If the inquiry finds that your company complied with RSI program requirements, that backs up your company's reputation and brand. And, in the event your company did make a mistake, and let's face it, we all do, the ACCA QA process can show your company's commitment to continuous improvement and to seek higher levels of customer satisfaction. Where a complaint is found to be justified and a finding of noncompliance is issued, there are 3 possible repercussions. The first finding of the noncompliance is a warning. Officially, it's a warning with a cure notice. The RSI contractor must show that they want to cure the cause of the problem. They must submit a remediation report to address the finding of noncompliance within 30 days. The remediation request is a written summary that specifies in detail the remedial actions taken to prevent each specified element from happening in the future, to include training employees to avoid this fault from happening in the future, documentation that tool and instrument deficiencies have been corrected, or, for policy procedure deficiencies, copies of the revised documents that demonstrate compliance with the applicable QA program requirements. If the remediation report is not provided within 30 days, the RSI contractor will be delisted from the QA directory and shall remain delisted until the report is submitted. The participant must also reimburse expenses associated with the use of third-party verification in determination of a finding of noncompliance. If the noncompliance is resolved and no other findings of noncompliance are noted, then the records are expunged after 1 year. The second possibility is if the contractor receives a second finding of noncompliance within 365 days of the first. This shall result in probation. During this, the RSI contractor shall remain delisted and prohibited from registering QI projects for 30 days. Deficiencies must be satisfactorily addressed through submission of a remediation report and, if applicable, Reimbursement of oversight expenses must be made. As with the warning, the RSI contractor will remain delisted and prohibited from submitting QI projects until the remediation report is submitted. Receiving a third finding of noncompliance during an 18-month period shall result in dismissal from the RSI contractor program, resulting in forfeiture of all fees paid, immediate delisting from the QA RSI contractor directory, and a prohibition from claiming participation in the QA program. Dismissed RSI contractors will be prohibited from reapplication for a period of 6 months. At that time, the RSI contractor must provide a remediation report or evidence that the complaint has been resolved. It is hoped that the resolution of complaints will be an extremely rare occurrence. For more information on the process, or for all the material recently covered in these sessions, please visit resources page at acca.org/QA/resources for copies of all the programmatic documents. This concludes Session 3. This has been a review of the minimum requirements to participate, the process for applying for recognition, including your MESA account, and the process by which complaints will be resolved. Upon completion of the orientation, a leader in the company must complete the online knowledge assessment on these 3 orientation sessions. Anyone is welcome to observe these videos, but one company leader must complete this online quiz. To take the quiz, visit accalms2.skilljar.com and create your account with the coupon code in the email that was sent when the application process was started. After you log in, select the RSI Knowledge Assessment. When you've finished, you will receive an email confirming you've successfully completed it. If you have any questions about what you saw or heard here today, please feel free to contact us. You can call, write, or visit the website for more information. Now that you have completed the third and final session, please proceed to the quiz, and thank you for your time.